Let's start this off with a question. Is friendship simple or complicated? Have a few seconds, pause the video if need be, because I would like you to think this over and resume the video once you've answered it for yourself. I wonder how many people listening answered simple for themselves. After all, why shouldn't friendship be simple? A need for companionship is part of being human. All that's needed is to treat others with the same kindness you would want for yourself. Reach out to others, enjoy being yourself, and you'll attract the same positivity that you put out, right? I also wonder how many people answered complicated for themselves. Because how can you tell when someone's abandoning you or taking advantage of you? And what do you do when that is the case? Or is it hard because good people are a rarity wherever you go? Or worse yet, what if it's you that has the problem? Because after all, you can't outrun yourself. So of course friendship is complicated. There's too many factors that need to be considered, and the only way to know them involves great personal risk. In my experience, most people who answered the latter are new to friendship, just like Discord. The remainder have spent too much time surrounded by the wrong people, causing them to act like Discord for simply not knowing how else to act. Which can come right back around to being new at friendship in its own twisted way. But in the end, if you're inexperienced with something and it doesn't come naturally to you, then it will always seem complicated. The truth is that whether or not friendship is complicated rests solely on the attitudes and actions you take towards it. If you're new to friendship or don't have many friends, then the chances are pretty good that you'll cling to those that you have with a mighty grasp. It's an unfortunate instinct that most people have, as this is what causes us to make mistakes like what Discord made, where Fluttershy's new friend was perceived as a threat to the relationship that they shared. And just like most people, the undisciplined instinctual reaction to a threat is irrational and destructive. Unfortunately, the instinct to return those feelings and reflect them onto others is far too common. So I'll state it as simply as I did when I talked about Three's a Crowd. Don't do that. Abuse only begets more abuse, and allowing yourself to become a part of that cycle will only turn you and your community into that which you hate. It's normal for people to have different circles of friends, so don't be jealous. Instead, harken back to Maud Pie's moral, and let that be an opportunity to have more common ground with your friends, as well as potentially make more friends for yourself. Or if you're incompatible with your friends' other circles, just remember that people are intricate beings with multifaceted personalities that need to be nurtured individually in order for them to grow into a complete person. You can best demonstrate your love for that person by encouraging that growth, and perhaps trying to grow with them. Unless I'm mistaken, that should answer all but one major question. What should you do when the friendship is complicated? Such as when you have a problem to solve, or when you have been abandoned and taken advantage of. Again, reflect on yourself and control your actions. Exhibit forgiveness and do not reciprocate the abuse. Remember to go through the steps that I discussed in Thanks for the Memories. Then, learn from the experience so that you'll be less likely to suffer in the same way again. This is how we can move on and prevent ourselves from becoming bitter towards the prospect of future friendships. Again, much like Three's a Crowd, I won't suggest that you can do the same, as this episode was a great demonstration of what not to do and the consequences that tend to ensue. But if you follow the advice that I've given based on Discord's realization that we can have different friends to share in our various life's passions, then I'm certain you'll soon have multiple friends of your own. And that's the moral of the story. If you have anything you would like to hear discussed or reviewed, you can drop your suggestions by following BronyBuck on Tumblr or sending an email to bronydebates@gmail.com. Be sure to check out Irish John's channel for some funny short films, as well as MechUser23's channel for some cool gameplay videos, and thank them for all of their support. Feel free to check out my Patreon to see how you can support my channel and what you'll get in return. Big thanks to all of those supporting me already. Have a great day, and I look forward to hearing from all of you soon.